14. Would you like to join us? Some people are making plans. Listen to the conversations.
We're going out for Chinese food after work. Would you like to join us?
Oh, I'd like to, but I can't. I have to go home right after work. I make dinner for the family every Friday. But thanks for inviting me.
Hey, I've got 2 tickets for the baseball game. Do you want to go?
That sounds great. When is it?
Saturday at 2.
Oh, I'd really like to, but I can't. I've got to work this Saturday.
That's too bad. Well, maybe some other time.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Walters? This is Rachel. Is Betsy there?
Hi, Rachel. Betsy's eating dinner right now. Could you call her back in an hour?
Sure.
Hello?
Hello, Betsy? This is Rachel.
Oh, hi, Rachel.
Listen, I'm having a party on Saturday night. Can you come?
This Saturday or next Saturday?
This Saturday.
Sure. What time?
Oh, at about 9.
Sounds great.
See you then.
Now listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
We're going out for Chinese food after work. Would you like to join us?
Oh, I'd like to, but I can't. I have to go home right after work. I make dinner for the family every Friday. But thanks for inviting me.
Hey, I've got 2 tickets for the baseball game. Do you want to go?
That sounds great. When is it?
Saturday at 2.
Oh, I'd really like to, but I can't. I've got to work this Saturday.
That's too bad. Well, maybe some other time.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Walters? This is Rachel. Is Betsy there?
Hi, Rachel. Betsy's eating dinner right now. Could you call her back in an hour?
Sure.
Hello?
Hello, Betsy? This is Rachel.
Oh, hi, Rachel.
Listen, I'm having a party on Saturday night. Can you come?
This Saturday or next Saturday?
This Saturday.
Sure. What time?
Oh, at about 9.
Sounds great.
See you then.
Hey, how are you doing? Would you like to join us? Yeah, you heard me right. Would you like to join us? You may laugh about it because you've already joined us, as we are having our new lesson today. Paula, Jim, and their friend work together in an architect's studio. Mike and Charlie are maintenance workers in a large building. People who work together often socialize after work. It is very common to invite a co-worker out for coffee, a drink, or dinner after work. It is also common for co-workers to attend events such as games, movies, and concerts together. Betsy and Rachel also are students at the same high school. Older high school students often give parties on the weekend. So these two things are the events happening in our lesson today, right? So though we heard it for the first time, we listen to them one more time for the better understanding and see what they're talking about.
Unit 14. Would you like to join us? Some people are making plans. Listen to the conversations.
We're going out for Chinese food after work. Would you like to join us?
Oh, I'd like to, but I can't. I have to go home right after work. I make dinner for the family every Friday. But thanks for inviting me.
Hey, I've got 2 tickets for the baseball game. Do you want to go?
That sounds great. When is it?
Saturday at 2.
Oh, I'd really like to, but I can't. I've got to work this Saturday.
That's too bad. Well, maybe some other time.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Walters? This is Rachel. Is Betsy there?
Hi, Rachel. Betsy's eating dinner right now. Could you call her back in an hour?
Sure.
Hello?
Hello, Betsy? This is Rachel.
Oh, hi, Rachel.
Listen, I'm having a party on Saturday night. Can you come?
This Saturday or next Saturday?
This Saturday.
Sure. What time?
Oh, at about 9.
Sounds great.
See you then.
Now listen to the conversations again and repeat each line.
We're going out for Chinese food after work. Would you like to join us?
Oh, I'd like to, but I can't. I have to go home right after work. I make dinner for the family every Friday. But thanks for inviting me.
Hey, I've got 2 tickets for the baseball game. Do you want to go?
That sounds great. When is it?
Saturday at 2.
Oh, I'd really like to, but I can't. I've got to work this Saturday.
That's too bad. Well, maybe some other time.
Hello?
Hello, Mrs. Walters? This is Rachel. Is Betsy there?
Hi, Rachel. Betsy's eating dinner right now. Could you call her back in an hour?
Sure.
Hello?
Hello, Betsy? This is Rachel.
Oh, hi, Rachel.
Listen, I'm having a party on Saturday night. Can you come?
This Saturday or next Saturday?
This Saturday.
Sure. What time?
Oh, at about 9.
Sounds great.
See you then.
Alright folks, that was great. Now, let's see how we test our understanding. Yeah? Figure it out. Say right, wrong, or I don't know. Number 1, the example says, Jim makes dinner on Tuesdays. Wrong. Why is it wrong? Because in part A, Jim says, I make dinner for the family every Friday. Alright, number 2. The baseball game is on Saturday afternoon. What do you think? Yeah, the answer is right, because in part B, when Charlie says, when is it? Mike says, Saturday at 2. Number 3. Charlie has to work on Saturday. What do you think? The answer is right. In part B, Charlie says, I've got to work on Saturday. Number 4. Rachel has parties every month. What do you think? Yeah, we don't know. The answer is I don't know. We don't know about every month. We know about now, but we are not sure about every month. Number 5. Rachel's party is at 8 o'clock. What do you think? Yeah, the answer is wrong, because she says at about 9 in part D. Number 6. Betsy is going to bring Chinese food to Rachel's party. What do you think? The answer is I don't know. No information is given to us here. Okay, exercise 2. Find another way to say it. The example says, would you like to go with us? The answer from the conversation is, would you like to join us? So, we should find the alternatives from the conversations. Alright. Ready now? Number 2. I have 2 tickets. What alternative do you think we have? Yeah, I've got 2 tickets. Number 3. I have to work. What do you think? I've got to work, right. Number 4. Is it a week from this Saturday? We can also say, is it next Saturday? Number 5. Could you call her back an hour from now? What do you think the alternative is? Could you call her back in an hour? That's great. Good. Exercise 3. Fill in the blanks with me or us. The example is number 1. We're going out to dinner. Would you like to join us? Yes. We have us because the subject is we, right? For we should use us as an object pronoun. I'd like to, but I can't. But thanks for inviting. What should we say? Me, yeah. Because it's about I, one person. For I as a subject, we have me as an object pronoun. Part 2. I'm going to a movie. Would you like to join? What? Me. That's great. We're sorry, but we can't. But thanks for inviting. What do you think we should say? Us. Because the subject of the sentence is we. Alright. Good. Exercise 4. Complete each sentence with A or B. On the right side, we have two phrases. A, every day. B, right now. In fact, two time expressions. These are time expressions. Number 1. She's eating dinner right now. Yeah, we choose right now because the sentence says she's eating right now. Present continuous. Number 2. She eats seafood. What do you think? Every day. Yeah, because it's a habit. It's a simple present tense. A habit. Every day. Number 3. I make dinner for my family. What do you think? Every day, right? It's a program, yeah? Yeah, it's a habit, right? Good. Number 4. I'm making dinner. What should we say? Right now, because the tense is present continuous tense. I'm making right now, of course. Okay, thanks. That was it.
Invite Jeff to come along. Christine Pappas and her friends are talking after school. 1. Comprehension Dialog. Listen to the conversation.
Hey, Chris, we're going out for pizza tonight. You want to come along?
Gee, I'd really like to, but I have to ask my parents.
Well, call me when you get home.
Hey, look over there. Who's that with Miss Rogers?
I don't know, but I see them together a lot.
He's probably her boyfriend.
Shh, she'll hear you.
Hey, Chris, there's Jeff.
Maybe he'd like to come with us tonight.
Yeah, Chris, invite Jeff to come along.
You invite him, Katy. You know him better.
Okay. Oh, wait, he can't come anyway. He has to work.
Oh, that's right. He works on Wednesdays.
Hey, does anyone know what time it is?
Yeah, it's almost 3:30.
Oh, it's late. I've got to get home. Well, maybe I'll see you later.
Bye, Chris. Don't forget to call.
Now to figure it out. Say right, wrong, or I don't know. Number 1. Joe invites Chris for pizza. It is right. Why is it right? Yeah, it's obvious in the beginning of our conversation. Yeah, Joe says, hey Chris, we're going out for pizza tonight. Yeah, you wanna come along? Right. Number 2. Chris already has plans. What do you think? The answer is wrong. He has no plans, but he says he has to ask his parents. Number 3. Joe thinks the man with Miss Rogers is her boyfriend. What do you think? Yeah, the answer is right, because in the middle part we can see Joe says he's probably her boyfriend. Number 4. Jeff works at Arno's on Wednesdays. What do you think? The answer is right, because Chris says, oh, that's right, he works on Wednesdays. Number 5. Miss Rogers teaches English. What do you think? The answer is I don't know. Yeah. We don't know if she is my colleague or not. Just kidding. Number 6. Katy invites Jeff to go out for pizza. What do you think? The answer is wrong, because Katy says, oh wait, he can't come anyway, he has to work. Number 7. Chris is in a hurry to get home. What do you think? The answer is right, because he says, oh, it's late, I've got to get home. Right? This is what he says. Okay, that's it.
3. Listen in. Liz Rogers' friend Paul meets her at school. He tells her that their friends the Lees have invited them to dinner. Read the statements below. Then listen to the conversation and choose A or B.
Hi, Liz.
Hi, Paul. How was your day?
Fine. How was yours?
Okay.
By the way, do you remember the Lees?
Yeah, I do.
Well, they called this morning and invited us for dinner Sunday night.
Oh, how nice. What time?
7 o'clock.
Oh, wait. This Sunday or next Sunday?
Next Sunday, the 26th.
Oh, no. I've got to go to my parents' house for dinner.
Which is the correct answer? 1. The Lees invite Liz and Paul to dinner A. This Sunday, B. Next Sunday. 2. Liz A. can, B. can't have dinner with the Lees.
Alright guys, let's see what the answers are. Number 1, the Lees invite Liz and Paul to dinner. A or B? This Sunday or next Sunday? Next Sunday, that's right. Number 2, Liz can or can't have dinner with the Lees. What do you think? Yeah, can't. Yeah, because she has already plans. Alright.
4. Say it right. Say the phrases below. Then practice the conversation. First, listen to and repeat each phrase. Wanna. Like to. Have to. Now listen to the conversation.
Do you want to go to a movie after work?
Oh, I'd really like to go, but I can't. I have to make dinner for my family.
Now listen to the conversation again and repeat each line.
Do you want to go to a movie after work?
Oh, I'd really like to go, but I can't. I have to make dinner for my family.
Alright guys, now exercise 5, your turn, which is a challenging, productive exercise. We have to make conversation out of a text. We have to produce something. It's Wednesday, and Jeff's friends Bill and Sally invite him to play basketball. But Jeff has to work. Act out the conversation. Let's do it step by step. So on the left side for Bill, we have Bill invites Jeff to play basketball. So Bill says, "Hey Jeff, do you want to play basketball?" Then Jeff can't go and says why. He says, "I'd really like to, but I can't. I have to work," or "I've got to work." Then about Bill, it says, Bill asks Jeff where he works. Bill says, "Oh, that's too bad. Where do you work?" About Jeff we have, Jeff says he works at Arno's. So Jeff says, "At Arno's coffee shop." Then to the left side, Bill asks Jeff when he works, including the phrase every day. So, in fact, Bill says, "Do you work every day?" And Jeff says he works on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. So Jeff says, "No, I just work on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays." Then on the left side, about Bill, it says, Bill invites Jeff to play the next day after school, including this information, tomorrow after school. So Bill says, Well then, do you want to play tomorrow after school? Or how about tomorrow after school? Then on the right side for Jeff says okay, including this sentence. That sounds good. Then says goodbye. So Jeff says okay, or sure, that sounds good, bye, or see you tomorrow, right? This is the way we turn the texts into an active conversation like this. We can measure our conversational skills this way too. Alright, now it's time to talk about some grammar points. So the first point we see on the top of the frame that we have is pronouns as objects of verbs. Well, we already know that pronoun is a word that is used instead of a noun, right? And objects are the receivers of actions, the receivers of activities, right? So here they are used as objects of the verbs, right? So let's see what we have in the frame. I'll call you back in an hour. So I is the subject, right? Call is the verb, right? It shows an activity is taking place, the activity of calling, and you is the object pronoun, the receiver of the activity, right? So that's why we call it pronouns as objects of the verbs. They receive the activities that the verbs describe or explain, right? Then it says in another box, pronouns as objects of prepositions. You remember prepositions, right? The words that connect the nouns to the rest of the sentence, right? Here it says, say hi to him for me, right? So here we have to as preposition, then him is a pronoun, right? Object pronoun. As it is used after the preposition of to, we call it object of prepositions. These pronouns are the objects of prepositions. So, say hi to him for me. Say hi to her for me. Say hi to them for me. So, well, to is the preposition. Him, her, and them are objects. And then we have the rest of the sentence. Right? Okay. Now we have more instances of prepositions. In, on, and at. We see some other usages of these prepositions. We can see in December. In is used before months and years, of course. In 2 days. This phrase in 2 days shows the period, the duration of time. Within 2 days, in 2 days, the duration. Then on Sunday. On here is used before the days of the week. Then at 5 o'clock. This preposition at is used to show the time, right? So this is another usage of these prepositions, and as you can see, they are used in reply to the question when, right? When is a question word asking about the time. So the question is when? The answer is in December, in 2 days, on Saturday, at 5 o'clock, right? That's about it. The next point we have is about the difference between simple present and present continuous. We spoke about simple present already, that this tense shows the habits, unchanging situations, the situations or activities that happen more than one time and is constant, not only for one day or just a specific period, but it repeats itself, right? But about present continuous, we already said that it talked about an action in progress, something that is happening right now. Let's see what we have. The question or the questions with what. What do you do? The answer is I teach English, right? As you can see, it's an unchanging situation. It's an activity that repeats itself, right? Another question, what are you doing? I'm teaching a class right now. It's about something that is happening just now, right? Okay. It says, I'm teaching a class right now. You may teach a class, you may be teaching a class today, but you may not be teaching the class tomorrow, right? Maybe you are not teaching a class for someone else as a substitution or something like this. The next part, the next frame, at the bottom, do you work every day? I don't work on Sundays. So it's a repeated activity, right? It's a constant situation. So it's about working. It says, I don't work on Sundays. It means I work the rest of the days, but not on Sundays. So it's a repeated activity. The next question, are you working now? I'm not working today, right? So it's about continuity, it's about a progress, a progressive action, So that's the difference between these two tenses, simple present and present continuous. Now the rest is between you and the exercises that you have here. Test yourselves.
Lesson 36. Did you know? This is an article about some facts about people in the United States. Listen as you read the article.
Did you know? Here are some things you may or may not know about people in the United States and the way they live. Some of them may surprise you. The U.S. population is approximately 250 million. Between 1980 and 1990, 4% of the population increase in the U.S. was due to immigration. Most of today's immigrants are from Mexico, the Philippines, and China. California has a larger population than either Canada or Australia. The average annual income is about $25,000, although 7% of the population is unemployed. About 20% of the population moves every year. On the average, a person in the U.S. changes jobs about every 4 years. There are an estimated 250,000 homeless people in the cities and towns of the U.S. The average cost of college tuition per year is $11,269 at a private university and $4,711 at a public university. Approximately 23% of American women and 30% of American men never marry. On the average, people spend only 20 minutes eating dinner. Americans eat an average of 16 pounds of ice cream every year.
Now our comprehension check is in the form of true, false, or it doesn't say. Let's test ourselves. Now the same topic in on your own part. in a different shape. This article was in the Sunday Gazette. Surprising facts. Here are some things you may or may not know about people in the United States and the way they live. Some of them may surprise you. Every year, 20% of people in the U.S. move. People in the U.S. change jobs on the average every 3.6 years. Men in the U.S. made on the average $19,173 in 1980. Women made $11,591. These figures are for full-time work. Dinner lasts on the average 20 minutes in the U.S. 70% of the U.S. women either don't like or hate to do housework. About 34 billion hamburgers are eaten every year in the U.S. More people in the U.S. lived alone in 1980 than in 1970. In 1980, about 6% of men lived alone and about 10% of women. The figures for 1970 were about 3% for men and about 7% for women. In 1979, each person in the U.S. made on the average 1,097 telephone calls. Wow. Now, after reading the article, we say right, wrong, or I don't know. Number 1. People in the U.S. like long dinners. It is wrong, but why? The proof is in the middle part. Dinner lasts on the average 20 minutes in the U.S. That's why it is wrong. Number 2. More people live alone now than in 1970. What do you think? The answer is I don't know, because about 1970 and 1980 we know, but about now no information exists. So the answer here is I don't know. Number 3. People in the U.S. like to eat hamburgers. What do you think? The answer is right, because the article says about 34 billion hamburgers are eaten every year in the U.S. Number 4. People in the U.S. stay at the same job for about 7.8 years. What do you think? The answer is wrong, because the article says people in the U.S. change jobs on the average every 3.6 years. Number 5. People in the U.S. see about 45 movies every year. What do you think? I don't know. No information exists here about it. Number 6. People in the U.S. move a lot. What do you think? Yeah. The first line of the article tells us about that. Every year, 20% of people in the U.S. move. Right. Number 7. A lot of women in the U.S. don't like housework. Yeah. The answer is right, because the article says 70% of the U.S. women either don't like or hate to do housework. Number 8. People in the U.S. like to talk on the phone. What do you think? That's right, because the last line of the article says, in 1979, each person in the U.S. made on the average 1,097 telephone calls. Okay, so that was it.
Unit 14, Exercise 1. Follow the conversations. Mark the box next to the sentence you hear. Choose A or B. The Allens have invited Terry and Jim to a jazz concert.
Good night, Holly. Good night, Melissa.
Good night, Mommy. Good night, Daddy.
Jim, the Allens are going to a jazz concert next Friday. Jim, are you listening? I'm talking to you.
Sorry. What did you say?
The Allens have tickets for a jazz concert the 26th. They want us to go with them.
Dan and Lisa Allen? No thanks. He talks too much. I don't want to listen to him all evening. And anyway, you know I don't like jazz. It's boring. Say I've got to work.
Hello?
Hello, Lisa. It's Terry Warner.
Hi, Terry. Can you go with us the 26th?
Lisa, we'd like to, but we can't. Jim's got to work.
Oh? Does Jim work Friday nights?
No, just next Friday. But thank you for inviting us.
Maybe some other time.
Yes, sure.
Exercise 6. Listen to the conversations. Write in, on, or at for the expressions of time you hear. 1.
Hurry! Our flight leaves in 15 minutes.
2.
When were you born?
1962.
I was born in 1968.
3.
What time do you open?
We open at 8:30, Monday through Friday.
4.
Are you open on Sundays?
No, we aren't.
5.
When's your birthday?
It's in May, the 28th.
6.
When does school start? September 10th, in just 2 weeks.
7.
Is Marie there?
No, she isn't. Could you call back in about half an hour?
8.
When's the concert?
It's on January 17th.
9.
Is your next appointment in the morning or the afternoon?
The morning, 11 o'clock.
10.
What time is the party?
You can come at about 9.
11.
Goodbye.
See you in an hour.
Exercise 7. Write in, on, or at for the expressions of place. 1.
Where did you leave it?
I think I left it on the table.
2.
Do you live in the city?
No, in the suburbs.
3.
Where's the party?
We're having it at a restaurant.
4.
What's that?
Someone's at the door.
5.
Is it on the left or right?
The left.
6.
How do I get to the library?
Go straight ahead 3 blocks. Turn left at the next corner.
7.
Do you have the tickets?
Sure, they're right here in my... Uh-oh.
8.
Where does he live?
I'm not sure. I think he lives on Dobson Avenue.
9.
What's your apartment number?
7A, it's on the 7th floor.
10.
I live at number 70.
Did you say 70 or 17?
70. 7-0.
Exercise 8. Listen to the conversations. Mark A if someone accepts an invitation. Mark B if someone refuses an invitation. 1.
Would you like to go to a movie Friday?
Sorry, I can't. I work Fridays.
2.
Do you want to go with us?
I'd like to, but I can't. I'm working.
3.
Can you come with us?
Thank you. I'd love to.
4.
I've got tickets for the baseball game. Want to go with me? Sure, that sounds great.
5.
There's a concert this Saturday. Would you like to go?
Sorry, I can't. Wait, did you say this Saturday?
Yeah, this Saturday.
Then I can go.
Choose A or B, then write the question and the answer. Number 1. We're having a party. Can you come? 2 answers. A. When is it? B. What is it? We cannot say what is it because we already know it's a party, okay? So A is correct. When is it? Number 2. We're going out for pizza. Would you like to join us? What is the answer? Part B. I'd like to, but I can't. I have to go to work. Right. Number 3. Hello? Is Mr. Lewis there? 2 answers. Yes, but he can't. He's sleeping. B. Yes, but he's sleeping. Could you call him back tomorrow? Of course, B is the right answer. All right. Number 4. We're going out for lunch. Do you want to go? 2 answers. Sure. When is it? B. Sure. What time are you going? Of course, B is the right answer. What time are you going? Yeah. So, number 3. Hello? May I speak to Dennis? 2 answers. He's eating dinner right now. I'd like to, but I can't. Of course, part B is meaningless here. Naturally, part A is correct. He's eating dinner right now. Complete the conversation. Write the missing word in each blank. Paul invites Donna to a concert. Hi, Donna. This is Paul. Donna says, Hi, Paul. I'm making dinner right now. Could you call me back in half an hour? Sure. Bye. Then Paul, Hello, Donna. Donna, Oh, hi, Paul. How are you? Paul, Fine. Listen, I've got 2 tickets for the Max Pepper concert. Do you want to come? Or do you want to come? Donna, When is it? Paul, Saturday at 8 o'clock. Donna, I'd love to. It sounds like fun. By the way, Mary and I are going to a movie on Friday night. Would you like to join us? Paul, I'd like to, but I can't. I work on Friday nights, but thanks anyway. Donna, Well, see you Saturday. Find 2 conversations and write the sentences in the correct order. In conversation 1, 2 people are talking on the phone. Conversation 2 is about a party. Alright, So these sentences are disorganized. We have to organize them, separate them, and make two conversations. Just think about it for a couple of minutes. Alright, now let's check our answers. Hello, is Jenny there? She's taking a nap right now. This is Mark. Could you ask her to call me back? Sure, I'll give her the message. Now conversation 2. I'm having a party Friday night. This Friday? Right. Can you come? What time is it? About 8:30. Good. I'll see you then. This is how we organize these disorganized conversations. 5. Read George's schedule for this week. Then fill in each blank with a missing word or words. So take a look at the schedule, the weekly program, and then based on the program we fill in the blanks. Okay, let's think about it. Alright, let's begin. Number 1. George is going to play baseball Sunday afternoon at Lincoln High School. Number 2. In the evening, he is going to have dinner with Ellen. Number 3. On Monday, he is going to work late. Number 4. There's a basketball game August 4th at Madison Square Garden. Number 5. On Tuesday, he's going to get tickets for the game. Number 6. He is not going to work late on Wednesday. Number 7. George goes to class every Thursday at 8 p.m. Number 8. He is not going to go to a rock concert on Saturday night. He already has plans. Okay, it's a very nice practical exercise. Making a conversation out of instructions. Act out the conversation. Take the part of Chris or Jerry. So, step by step, we make conversations. On the left side for Chris, it says, invite Jerry to a football game for next Saturday afternoon. So Chris says, I'm going to a football game next Saturday afternoon. Do you want to come? About Jerry, we have this instruction. Refuse the invitation. Give an excuse. Invite Chris to a play for this Thursday evening. So Jerry says, I'd like to, but I can't. I have a dentist appointment. By the way, would you like to come to a basketball game Thursday evening? For Chris, we have ask what play it is. So Chris says, who's playing? And Jerry, say what play it is. So Jerry says, it's between Angels and Rockets, for example. Then, for Chris, we have this instruction. Ask what time it starts. So Chris says, when does it start? Then for Jerry, we have this instruction. Say what time it starts. Jerry says, at 5 p.m. Then about Chris, we have this. Suggest to Chris that you go out to dinner first. In fact, it means suggest to Jerry that you go out to dinner first. So Chris says, fine, but would you like to go out to dinner first? About Jerry we have this instruction, number 4. Accept the suggestion. Ask where Chris wants to eat. So Jerry says, that's fine with me. Where do you want to eat? Then for Chris we have this information. Say there's a very nice Vietnamese restaurant near the theater. So Chris says, there's a very nice Vietnamese restaurant near the theater. How about that? Then about Jerry we have this information. Say that it sounds interesting. So Jerry says, that sounds interesting. Let's go. Now we review the whole conversation without interruption. Chris says, I'm going to a football game next Saturday afternoon. Do you want to come? I'd like to, but I can't. I have a dentist appointment. By the way, would you like to come to a basketball game Thursday evening? Who's playing? It's between Angels and Rockets. When does it start? At 5 p.m. Fine, but would you like to go out to dinner first? That's fine with me. Where do you want to eat? There's a very nice Vietnamese restaurant near the theater. How about that? That sounds interesting. Let's go then. As you see, we have made a very active, practical conversation out of some written information. In this way, we can master the English conversation in the long run, in the end, if we continue this way. Now it's time to test ourselves about prepositions that we studied in grammar part. Complete the conversation using in, on, or at. George is talking to his sister Sue on the phone. When are you coming to New York, Sue? Next Thursday at 8:30. Can you meet me at the airport? I'd like to, but I can't. I have class on Thursday nights. That's okay. Wanna have dinner with me on Friday? Well, I have tickets for a basketball game at Madison Square Garden. Wanna come along? No thanks. How about lunch on Friday then? I have to work, but say Sue, when do you have to go back? In 3 days. Wanna come to a great party on Saturday night? No, that's a good idea. Okay, George. See you in a week then. Bye. Complete the conversation using the present or the present continuous tense. Include other words as needed. Ralph and Dog are talking to each other outside their apartment building. Ralph, how are you doing, Dog? Oh, not bad. But Cat is in Seattle this week. She's visiting her family. Oh, is she having a good time? Yeah, she called me last night. She says hello to you, by the way. That's nice. Does she go to Seattle a lot? Not a lot. Anyway, I miss her. Well, Sherry and I are going to an Italian restaurant. Jim and Lola are going too. Do you want to come? I'd like to join you, but I had dinner already. You eat very early. It's only 5 o'clock. Okay, last but not least, it's very important too. Read the party invitation and the letter. Let's read about it. Dear Barry, I'm having a dinner party at my apartment next Friday. After dinner, there's going to be Latin music and dancing. My friends from Mexico are coming too. Invite a friend. Come about 7 o'clock. See you then, Margaret. So, we have a card on the left side. It's a party and you are invited. Who? Margaret Lopez. Where? 44 South Elliott Street. When? Friday, December 13. Time? 7 p.m. Call 833-3467. Now your turn. It says, now plan your own party. Fill in your name and address in the invitation below. Write the time and date of your party. Then write a letter inviting a friend. So, what are we supposed to do? We are supposed to use our imagination and imagine a party and invite some of your own friends to your party, right? You can use imaginary names. Those friends may be real or may not be real. It doesn't matter much. What matters most is your writing, is how we write. Most of the time, our writings are based on our imagination. They may not be real, right? Okay, so let's see what we can do. Okay, have fun. It was very nice, as usual, being with you, talking to you, and working with you. See you next time. Goodbye.